Today, we will show you the top 10 list of the most paying degrees that you can do in 2024. We created a pros and cons list to each degree. Furthermore, you will also see what the growth rate of each degree is year per year. What surprised me most was number 2 of this top 10 list. As an industrial engineer myself, I was not very surprised that industrial engineering comes in the top 10 list. But what did surprise me is that 6 out of 10 degrees we will mention in this video are the ones who are related to engineering. Let's drop some key facts. Did you know that we have 47 million millionaires on this planet? Does that sound much to you? Well, it is only 0.58% of the total population we have. But are you ready for the next banger? Nowadays you see billionaires everywhere online where you look at. Everyone has a billion-dollar idea. But if you look at the true stats, you will see that we only have 2,755 billionaires. And this number is equivalent to 0.00034% of the total population. The reason why we mentioned this statistic is that nowadays everywhere when you go online you will see another billionaire, and another billionaire. But you need to ask yourself, if these people are all billionaires, where is the rest? Yeah? So just remember, we have nearly 0% of the total world population who are actually billionaires. Therefore, we provided you this video to see, okay, which degree can I pursue so that I can build up my career, to just do a basic foundation at first. And after that, I can think about growing. Maybe I become a millionaire, maybe I become a billionaire. But first things first is build a solid foundation. And this mentioned, it is important that you know that an average salary of the ones who do not even have a degree is at $40,000 a year. And the ones who have a degree, let's go with a bachelor degree, will make an income round about $60,000 a year. If you have a master's degree, you will earn around about $80,000 a year. If you see gurus online who will advise you don't do a degree, you don't need a degree, if I look at the statistics and I go with the average, then I will see that having a degree is more important regarding the salary than having none. And with a degree, it is important that you can understand one thing. A degree doesn't make you rich necessarily, but it provides you the foundation to be financially more flexible so that you can invest your higher income in other stuff to grow wealth. And wealth is grown over time. Enough with the talking, let's jump right in the top 10 list. First, we have accountants and auditors. Accountants and auditors are a rare source on the market. Their growth rate is expected to be 7%. Furthermore, they make a yearly income round about $77,250. On the pro side is that you are a rare source in the market and that you will be able to grow your business down the line even if you work for one company into your own business due to the experience you make on that market. Furthermore, you have a stable demand in this market. The negative aspects and the con side is that you have repetitive work because you will do the same stuff over and over again because you are in a processualized industry and you have long working hours. Next in line, at number 9, we have the financial analysts. A financial analyst makes about $81,100 a year and their expected growth ratio is at 6%. The pros to be a financial analyst is that your salary may vary. This means that with 81,000 you are on average, but you can achieve much more than that. Financial analysts are critical in decision-making processes, so most of the financial analysts prepare the work which is then critical in decision-making in a company. On the con side of a financial analyst is the long working hours. You have a high stress factor, so you need to be resilient. And the last one is a complex market understanding. A worthy name to mention is Warren Buffett, who is a financial analyst himself and studied economics. Next in line, we have the industrial engineers. Industrial engineers have an average salary of $95,000. Their expected growth rate is 13%. On the pro side is that an industrial engineer can apply to every industry. We have the business impact, which every industrial engineer has. Next in line to that is that industrial engineers are highly demanded in the market. because they provide value for every niche they are operating in. The main focus of an industrial engineer is to increase efficiency and productiveness in a company. But on the con side is that if you want to increase efficiency in a company, it may lead to higher stress factors in your life as well, because you need to be productive all the time. You need to analyze processes in detail. Furthermore, industrial engineers have a high responsibility in every company they operate in. For some people, it may be a factor which should be considered on the pro side because they want to take responsibility, but for most people, responsibility comes also with a stress factor. That's why we decided to write it down on the con side. And one thing you should know if you think about starting a career as an industrial engineer is that you have limited growth potential. One name to mention here, who is also well known, is Tim Cook, who is an industrial engineer himself and works for Apple as CEO. So therefore, it can be a good decision if you start your industrial engineer career right now. And next in line, we have the mechanical engineers. Mechanical engineers make on average $95,000 a year. Their expected growth rate is nearly 7%. The pros of being a mechanical engineer is that you develop the future, because as a mechanical engineer, you play a central role in design of products, which can shape the future. Also, you can grow steadily. On the con side is that you have to have technical skills and you have to have in-depth mathematical knowledge, and for some people it may be stressful to deal with mathematics. As a mechanical engineer, you also need to know that you are in a competitive market, because mechanical engineering is around for more than 200 years. So therefore you have a lot of literature to go through if you want to be at the top notch. One individual who also studied mechanical engineering was Henry Ford, of course. Next in line, we have the bioengineers and also the biomedical engineers. Their salary is around $97,000 a year and their expected growth rate is around 6%. On the pro side, they have an impact on medicine, that they have a directly impact on the future of life. On the con side, it is stressful, you have complex work, you have also critical decisions to make if you are shaping the future of medicine. Furthermore, you need to be highly educated in different fields. It is not only enough that you are educated in mechanical engineering, in industrial engineering, in electrical engineering. No, you also need to have education on biology, chemistry, physics, and everything combined. Because this is a specific field which is growing in the last 5 to 10 years, but it comes with a higher complexity structure. Next in line, we have marine engineers. Their salary is expected to be $94,000 a year and a growth rate of 4%. The reason why their growth rate is at 4% is, and this is on the pro side, it is a specialized niche. This means that you do not have so much competition in the market, and it will be more likely that you find a job more easy than others. But this is also on the con side. You have a limited job market and a few companies where you can apply. Furthermore, on the con side is that you have a limited chance to start your own business, because it is a highly investment demanding market. Also, you need to travel a lot, which maybe sound interesting to some of you, but for most of the people, traveling a week in the US, other week in Saudi Arabia, other week in Norway might be not the right way to live their lives. Next in line, we have the electrical engineers. They make around $100,000 a year and their growth rate is at 7%. On the pro side is that you can work in different kind of industries. Example given in automotive, example given in software companies, example given in hardware manufacturing companies. You have a broad variety of companies to choose from. On the con side is you have complex education and you have a constantly growing field. This means that you should stay up to date every time if you work in this specific niche. And if we talk about electrical engineering, who should we mention besides of Nikola Tesla? Now comes our top 3, and on the 3rd place we have the information security analysts. They are expected to have a salary around about $105,000 a year, but their growth rate is at 33%. It is the highest growth rate we have in this list. Currently there is an extensive demand in the market for information security analysts, and therefore they have a high salary, and it is expected to grow in the next 10 years. On the con side is that you have high pressure due to your work. Because if you make a mistake and this leads to the wrong decision which a company takes, it may be the downfall for that company in the technological space. Our second place surprised me the most. It has a salary of 106,000 US dollars a year at a growth rate of 9%. It is chemical engineering. The reason why it surprised me is that 5 years ago, chemical engineering was making it barely to the top 10, while increasing demand for medical supplements and medication in the past 5 years led to this trend that chemical engineers have a high demand on the market. And now this is one of the pros. You do not need to work only in the medical stuff. You also can work in engineering. You also can work in electrical engineering. You can also work in material science. So therefore there is a high demand, especially in manufacturing. On the con side is that chemical engineers are exposed to hazardous materials, which may cause some health issues. Furthermore, as a chemical engineer, you are operating a very complex field. Not only you need to know about chemicals, you need to know about engineering, mathematics, physics, and also data science, because with data science you will be able to analyze the impact and the output of the things you generate. Make sure, if you want to start a degree in chemical engineering, go inside, don't look only at the salary, think about, okay, is this the path I want to pursue all my life? And on the top of our list, which may not surprise any of you guys, is software development. Software developers stand at an average salary of 121,000 US dollars a year. Their expected growth ratio is still at 22%. So on the pro side is that you have still a growing market and you can still do business opportunities, and that you have still fields which are not really discovered in software development to the full potentials. On the pro side is exactly that. And furthermore, you can work remotely and you learn continuously new things because you are still in an industry which is quite young. On the con side is that you have long working hours. You sit on this computer every day and look at this specific screen. Not for fun, you do it for your work. And sometimes, even if you love doing your work, if you work too much on a specific topic and in a specific routine, then it may affect your personal life then as well. So therefore, do not look always on the salary. A salary is bounded to a specific company where you serve as a servant. But if you think about starting an own business, then these degrees may be a starting point in your career. So choose a degree which may fit you and that you can grow your working experience and start then your own business down the line. But start with a degree first, we would recommend. And the positive side effect to all that is that you will also gain not only topic related knowledge, you will also gain resilience. You will know how to grow even in the most difficult situations. And this is due to the constant examination which you must undergo as a student at university. And if you were prepared then you can say, okay, I know now everything, I made it all, I gone through it all, I can now start my business on my own. Because during my studies, I studied whole days and not only hours and partied 14 hours. I studied whole days, so now I can confidently say I achieved something. And it is not by luck, it is by endurance. My name is Orkan, I'm the founder of Collectum. If you want to know how to start your business properly, then make sure to follow this channel, because we will give away information for free. We won't talk you into some course which you need to buy to grow your business, or some ebook which I wrote and want to share with you. No, this will never happen on this channel. On this channel we want to share information with you from real life experiences. We want to talk with some interesting guys and interesting founders which can share with you some information also. So therefore, make sure, if you want to stick around, drop a like, drop a comment, hit that subscribe button, and see you in the next session. If you want to know how to start your business properly, I recommend you watch our step-to-step challenge on how to develop business ideas to business models and then to real-world businesses. So we go from a plan to the real world, and we did a whole playlist about that. We are constantly updating this playlist, so make sure to check it out right here. See you guys.